So today I thought I would go through everything that I purchased whilst working at Walt Disney World. Obviously, if you've watched any of my videos, you know that I worked there over the summer last year, and this is everything that I purchased with money because I bought a lot of stuff back, but a lot of it to other people would probably seem like junk, like it's a lot of certificates and receipts and things like that, and I will probably do a video on that. I know that certainly before I went, I watched a lot of hauls to get an idea of what was sort of there, what I could buy, what sort of stuff I liked. So that is what this is. In terms of how different it is as a cast member versus just a holiday maker, it's generally about 20% off merchandise, and you also have access to cast member specific stores, so things like Company D, which is a cast member store that's in every single park, so Epcot's got their own Company D, Magic Kingdom has their own Company D, yada yada yada. You also get access to Cast Connections, so with Cast Connections you can bring in, I think it's up to 4 people with you by showing your ID. But there is also a back room. And this back room you can only get in if you are the cast member. It has mad discounts in there. I'm actually going to insert a clip of one of the products that I got in there because it's Christmas related and therefore it lives in the loft. Every time I go to Disney we get a Christmas decoration and they were just so expensive in the parks. So this one was $21.99 in the park and this one was $24.99 in the park, and I got both of these for $6.99. The only thing I could see that was wrong with them is a tiny dent in the bottom, and this one has a bit of a rough paint job on the hand and a little bit on the black, but that's literally it. I was so happy that I managed to find these because they were the exact ones I was looking for and I got them so cheap. But Mickey's Treasures is like where all the broken things go or the discontinued stuff. Half the time it's silly things, it's like tea towels that have a thumbprint on, or you know, a Christmas ornament that's missing a ribbon. The stuff I got, there was nothing wrong with it. So let's get on with it. So first thing, technically was free, however I got them with drinks that I paid for, so it counts. Disney straws. They're just crazy straws, you get them with fancier drinks, so I think I got this with like a pina colada and I got this with a slushie. It's just any kind of specialty drink, but they're good fun, you know, they liven up a party, so that's that. This is the water bottle that I bought. I got it from Walmart for about $3 and it was an absolute lifesaver. It's got a clip, so I just attached it to my bag and this went absolutely everywhere with me. It holds a lot of water, it keeps it relatively cool, and you know, you're sort of swinging in the wind on your backpack, so you know it's always there and you can just sort of go, I'm thirsty now, unscrew it, and boom, hydration, which if you know me personally you know is a real issue for me. On to things I bought at Disney. Okay, so these were the first thing I bought with my paycheck. They were like my little gift to myself. So I knew I wanted a piece of Disney jewellery because I already have a pair of like topaz earrings, which is my birthstone, that my mum got me in like the millennium, and I was like, you know what? I want something else, Disney. Something else I should probably point out, and you might notice this, is that I like things that are functional and not so in your face. Like, I love Disney, but I don't want to be like, hi, talk to me about Disney! You know, I want people to sort of go, ah, Disney, you like Disney? You know, a lot of this stuff could have been way more garish, but I chose not to. I chose to go, you know, simple, sophisticated. Diamonds. They're not real diamonds, but these are my earrings. Hoping you can see them. If I do this, and then maybe zoom in, can it? If I do this, I'm assuming that's focused. Was that focused? Am I now out of focus? So many questions. Right, let's move on to clothes. So the first one I got, let's see, what should we go with first? Right, we'll go with the disappointment first. So you're probably going, Rachel, you bought something you're disappointed in? Yes, I did, but it's not Disney, technically, it's Hot Topic, so could be way worse. So I bought this top because Stitch is my favourite character, and I saw this and I liked the whole retro look, and I got very excited and I forgot to try it on. So I got home, I tried it on, and it is literally like a square on me. I love how I was like, I don't get anything garish. Hi! But yeah, I mean, it's a good enough material. It wasn't that expensive, it was like $14. And it's okay, it's good to lounge about in. So we're going to stay on the garish train, because I didn't get much garish stuff, but this is definitely garish. You will notice a toothpaste mark on this, and that is because I don't wear it outside of the house. But I don't care, because it's Figment! You're either right now jumping high in the air because someone else knows who Figment is, or you're going, who is Figment? Well, I'm not a huge fan of like where he is at the moment. He's this weird like CGI 90s computer animated thing at the moment. I'm not too keen on that. I'm not too keen on the squeaky voice. However, if you know the history of Figment, which I will do a video on, he's actually a really cool character. He's part of my main ride, so I was in attractions, and one of my rides was Journey into Imagination with Figment. So I felt like I had to represent my ride in my purchases. But I tried to get the stuff of like 80s Figment, which is the one I really liked and I thought was an interesting character, because he's all about imagination and creativity, and you know, as an actor, rooting for that. But I thought this wasn't too bad. I like that it's got the history on there, and then it's got all the drawings on the side, and I really like this art style thing, and you'll see this as a theme in my purchases. And then on the arm it's got imagination. Okay, so now we can go on to the clothes that I wear outside of the house. So you've probably seen this one. I know I certainly eyed it up before I went there, and then I eyed it up every single day until literally the last week, where I was like, Rachel, just buy it! Just buy it, please! Because people kept telling me, because I kept on talking about this jumper, I was like, I'm really torn. Do I get this jumper? Because it's really expensive. It was like $50 or $60, and I was racking my brain because I am a very frugal person. I didn't bring that much back with me. I was travelling after, so I didn't want bulk in my suitcase, and I was just like, oh, I really want this jumper, but you know, where am I going to wear it, blah blah blah. And then when I decided I was going to get it, I couldn't decide what colour to get. They have, I think, black, navy, mint and like a salmon colour, but in the end I got the salmon one. So this is my jumper. So it's a bright colour, but it's quite a nice colour. And it's got established 1971, which is obviously when Magic Kingdom in Florida opened, so a very important date. I love a bit of Disney history, so I like when I can weave it into my clothing. But it's like a long jumper, and it's got this rib on it as well. So it's all subtle on the front, but then if you do want someone to be like, oh, Disney, like if you're going to a Disney event or something, BAM! Walt Disney World in your face! But it's a really nice jumper. It feels lovely on the skin. It's long enough that you can wear it with like leggings and stuff, but you can also tuck it into jeans. And one note to make on this as well is that this is an extra small. I normally wear like a medium, but this is an extra small, and this is still huge on me, so do try it on in the shop, because you don't want to get something that's literally like a duvet on you. So pro tip from Rachel. Okay, so now we got my favourite piece of clothing. So it's kind of similar, but this is a cast member exclusive. Juicy, I know. So it's just a plain t-shirt, you know, nice grey. It's really soft and it feels amazing. And it just says cast member up at the top. Please keep your hands and arms inside the car at all times. I just love it. I love it so much, because that's effectively like how it goes down. You know, you're all soft spoken and everything, and someone crosses that yellow line and you're like, excuse me, behind the yellow line. Safety first. Safety begins with me. So this is in a small as well. Again, it does come up quite big. And it's got this kind of like worn effect on it, which I really like. But yeah, I just like the subtlety and also the garishness of it. It's wonderful. Another Figment related thing I got was this. It's kind of the same design. It's a mug, and it's got all the little drawings of Figment on it. In the inside It's this little face, and then it says Figment, Epcot Centre. And I do like that because it tells you exactly where you should put your tea up to so that you can carry it up the stairs without spilling any. It's genius. I don't think they even planned it. But it's a really good mug. This is the only mug I use. So it's notably been through the wash quite a few times, and it's holding up super well. Like, it's not faded or anything. All the writing is still there, and there's so many little details on this. Like, the tiniest piece of writing, and it's still there. I'm really happy with my mug. I think it's probably one of my favourite things that I got there. Great. So I left this bit for last because I know it's not everybody's thing. So these are the pins that I got. So I've been collecting Disney pins since 2003. But my collection's pretty small. So I have the ones that I already had on my board. I think I counted I had like 14, but I wanted to add to my collection when I was out there. So pro tip, make use of the pins sold at Cast Connections. They have these massive racks of pins that they're selling for like $1.99, 99 cents, and they tend to be something related to like a specific event, like the marathons. What I did was I bought a bunch of those and then traded those for pins that I actually wanted. So for example, this is the only pin that I bought there on the cheap that I didn't decide to trade in the end, and it's a limited edition Pin Quest pin. You got it for completing the Disney Pin Quest at the Magic Kingdom Park, and you're now an official Disney Quest ear. I have no idea what that is, but I thought it looked really cool, so I kept this one. Most pins start around $9.99, then going on like colour tiers they go up to like $12.99, $14.99, but this one was only $4.99, but you can see there that it sold for 99 cents. Some of the pins that I got through trading the ESPN pins and marathon pins that I bought. I got this Mickey Mouse one because I thought it looked really cute. I like the retro Mickey, and I don't really have that many Mickey pins, but you know, he's my main man, he's the boss. So I felt like I did have to get some kind of Mickey pin, and I do really like the look of this one. Then I got this mouse one with the Union Jack on it because obviously I'm a Brit working at Disney, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's just a good one to remember it by. And then I also got this Tiana one because Tiana was like my favourite character meet and greet. Oh my god, she was so sweet, she made me cry. Me and Alex used to watch Princess and the Frog all the time, and she was so sweet. She did like a little message home to him, and she talked about beignets, and oh my god, she was just, oh, she was so perfect. So I really wanted to remember that moment, so I got the pin. And the great thing about these as well is even if you change your mind, you know, for me these were all an upgrade from the ESPN pins that I had. But if I then decided, actually I really like that pin that that person has, I'm not, you know, overly fussed about this pin, you can then just trade this pin for that pin and they'll be probably way more happy with this than they would with an ESPN one. So I also used my trading time to get some Figment ones because I didn't really like Figment at the start, but obviously it's my ride, it's like my family, so I did end up wanting quite a lot of Figment merchandise, and I'm really lucky that Figment plays such a big role in Epcot because I know some people were working on other rides there and there wasn't much merchandise for them to remember it by. I was like overwhelmed with Figment. Like, I'll show you some of the stuff in the vlogs. It was just mental. There was Figment everywhere. And I remember I was watching back some of the videos, and in one of them I'm walking through the shops and it's quite early on and I'm going, oh, Figment, I don't know why. You hadn't grown on me yet, like a wart, you know? But I used some of my cheap trading pins to collect Figment ones so I didn't have to spend money on them. But I'm pretty happy with the ones I got, you know, grateful, good, and a little smiley one. They're just cute and nice to remember it by. Then I do have a pin that is not official Disney, but don't worry, I don't plan on trading it with anybody. I bought it at a discount store in Vista Way, which is like one of the housing complexes. And I can tell it's not real because of the weight, the colours, and also the feel of it. It's way thinner than normal Disney pins. And this may sound really anaraki, but when you're on a position in attractions that causes you to pin trade frequently, you are taught to look out for certain signs because you don't want to be responsible for giving someone a fake pin because you never know how into pin collecting people are. Like, I just get them because of a memory linked to an event, or I like the look of them. But some people want, you know, the limited edition ones, and this one is supposedly limited edition of 1,000. So I know this one isn't real, but I liked it because it's got Stitch, who's my favourite character, and Figment, who became like a brother to me, so it was a good way of remembering my time. Plus it was really cheap, so it's no skin off my back. Then the next kind of group of pins that I've got are mystery pins. So mystery pins didn't exist when I last went in 2003, but they are very big now. So you basically get a box, and as it would suggest, you don't know what pins you're going to get. You tend to get 2 in each box. If they're like the bougie ones, you might get 1. But the way I justify it is basically I'll look at the 6-ish on the back of the box, and I'll be like, okay, out of these 6, what is the ratio of me getting a pin that I would really enjoy and a pin that I'm like, meh. So the reason I got the first pack I got is because I looked on the back and went, you know what, I'd genuinely be happy with all but 1 of those pins. And I'm really lucky, I actually got the 2 that I really wanted. But I got the Pandora pack because a lot of major events happen at Pandora. I met some of my friends from home in Pandora. It's where I chose to eat a lot. My favourite ride was there, Flight of Passage, so it played a big role in my summer. So I'm really happy. I got this Explore Pandora one, which is really cool because they've done it like a travel guide, and it's got the Banshees on, which is obviously a big part in Flight of Passage, so I was really happy with that one. And then I've also got the Cavern Tours one, which I just like the look of. I like the colours in it, and again it's going with that whole travel guide theme. And then the other mystery pack I did get 2 pins out of this pack, and I was absolutely thrilled because I got the exact one I wanted. And then I also got another one, and I wasn't as keen on that. It was a Tiki Room one because it was like the Magic Kingdom attractions pack. And I was planning on trading it, but I was stupid. I put a bunch of pins in my backpack, and before you ask, I did the whole, you know, route going in with the Allen key. They've got like specific things that supposedly make your pins really stick to stuff. I bought a big pack of those, and I sat there all night winding my pins onto my bag, but I think I was just a bit too rough and one of them fell off. So that night I immediately took all the pins off of my bag because I was not about to lose another. I lost a Tiki Room one, and I also lost one that I had from 2003, which was really sad. It was like a Stitch one, and he's reading a book with all the ducks. But on the plus side, I was really pleased with the other pin I got. It's just the 45th anniversary for Magic Kingdom pin. But I just like it because it's my only Magic Kingdom specific pin, and the fact that it's got 45th anniversary on it is really nice because obviously that's the year I went. It's like having a 2017 pin, which is my next pin. I was really lucky. I wanted a 2017 pin, and I also wanted to carry on with my Stitch collection, and I was really lucky that I could combine the 2 in this lovely pin, and it's like double layered as well. So the 2017 is actually sticking out, and it's got Stitch behind, and he looks super happy. He's having like a party, and it's just got Disney Parks on it. Then we've got this one, which I just wanted to remember Mickey's Not So Scary by. I was really lucky. I didn't think I'd get to see it, but me and my housemates went for one of the first nights that they were running in August. So yeah, I got this to remember it by. I do wish that it had like 2017 or Mickey's Not So Scary or something written on the actual pin, but for now I'm just keeping the packaging, and it's got Happy Halloween written on it, and at the end of the day it is a pumpkin with ears, so you kind of know what it's talking about. You'll also see on the back it says green, so that's what I mean when I say that they're all coloured categorised. So the green, you would have then been able to look on a chart and say, right, green is $12.99 or whatever it is. So that's how that works. And the last pins that I've got are the cast member exclusive pins. So all of these were bought from Company D. So the first one I got because it was really cheap, and it says Imagination Institute on it, which is kind of the story of Journey into Imagination, is that it's an open house at the Imagination Institute. And so it was nice to have something that wasn't just Figment, it was actually kind of where I worked, because for all intents and purposes when I was there I was an employee of the Imagination Institute. And if you're missing Figment, like, there he is, you can't miss him. I just got that because I like it when they can actually integrate the story into a pin. I really appreciate that. Then we got another lucky combo, so I wanted one for my ride and I wanted one for my park, and what do you know, Figment and Epcot. It's a really nicely made one. It's got like 2 plates screwed together. It's got a little hint to soaring up the top, I believe, and then it's got Spaceship Earth and World Showcase sitting in the background, and on the back it says cast exclusive, as do all of the cast exclusive pins. And then the last one is my favourite pin, and it's my cast member badge pin. So I just like it because it looks like my actual cast member badge. It says We Create Happiness on it, cast member, and then obviously it's got the logo. Well, that is everything that I purchased whilst I was at Walt Disney World. I really hoped you liked seeing what I got. I like to think I was quite frugal with my money. I didn't come back with too much, and I was also very practical with the stuff I bought. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you real soon. Bye!